What's up, y'all? Let me start here. I got to start somewhere. Let me start here. I think I'm gonna start here, okay? Being an empath, right? 9 times out of 10, my problems are never with anyone, even though a lot of people's problems are with me, and I don't understand why. My problems are never with anyone unless someone generates a problem to try to take me off my path. My problem is being an empath with worldly things that's going on, things that's in the matrix, who I am and what's going on in the world and what I have the power to do. And you know, this is where I am. Even though people give me problems for no reason, I'm not the problem. They not my problem. They won't turn around and take care of whatever God called them to be or who he called them to be to help contribute to the world to take care of the problem. They don't want to put on their Superman capes. They don't want to put on their Wonder Woman capes. They want to attack your ass. Y'all, this is sad and it's funny at the same damn time. And it's sorrowful. It's everything. It's hilarious. It's, I don't know what it is. It's top tier. It's down there at the Paramount movies. They said it was 5 stars. You're going to laugh. You're going to cry. You're going to do everything in here with this. Getting back to what I was saying, because I was saying something. My problem is not with people. My problem is because I'm facing who I am and I'm doing what God called me to do. So I have to deal with what's going on here in order for the world to be better. So I have to put my contributions in. And so this morning I woke up due to something that happened to me last night, and I didn't understand. I got blocked on somebody's page that I really liked, but I didn't understand why. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I guess I felt their wrath or something. I guess I said something and exposed something, or I said something I wasn't supposed to say, or I don't know what happened. But I prayed on that. This was online or whatever. Like, I didn't know, telling the truth could be so invasive. But then again, you know how it is. Nowadays, the wicked is the truth, and the wicked is the good, and the good is the evil. It was one of them type of deals right there. And I felt the wrath of it coming from Chicago, and I didn't understand why. Whatever. And let me get back on here. So this morning I had woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but I had felt a quiet storm coming on as well. And so when I got up or whatever, I knew that it was going to be an off day. I knew it was going to be off tune because I was off tune the moment I got out of bed and I placed my feet on the ground. I knew it was going to be an off tune day, but I didn't know how off tune it was. I didn't know what I was facing. I didn't know what I had to go out into the world to deal with. I didn't know nothing, but Father always tell me, don't run. Whatever going on, you face it. Don't run. I'm with you. So I said, okay. So I'm going to face it. So I had got up. And it's funny because the whole thing of this video is I couldn't get to my hot sauce. I couldn't get to my pepper jack cheese. I couldn't get to my soap. I couldn't get to my tissue. But then again, it's so much that's going on that make you realize what I'm trying to say here. Oh, honey, it's 5 stars, honey. And so I got up this morning, right, and it was about 9. And I said, okay. Because I had went out last night and hung out a little bit. Y'all saw that video. So I said, okay. I said, well, you know you need your salsa, you know you need your pepper jack cheese, or you ain't going to make it. So I like to get up in the morning before all the chatter gets to going. 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 and sometimes I'm sitting in the parking lot and the people ain't ready for me. I need my stuff so I can go back in. So at 9 something, I needed my sauce and I needed my pepper jack cheese and I needed some tissue. Am I too detailed, y'all? And I needed some tissue and I needed, what else did I need? I needed some coffee. And I had to taste for a cabbage. So I said, you know what? I said, for the last 2 weeks, I've been doing this big fancy shopping, all that Kroger's and all that Walmart and here and there. I'm not going to do this fancy shopping this week. This week, I'm going to save a lot, where I can save a little bit more money and I can get more and I can get a little bit more bang for my buck. Okay? I think this is the 21st century, ain't it? Yeah. So I got up right at 9 and I said, even though I didn't feel like going outside, I'm going to get out here and get my sauce. I'll get my pepper jack cheese. I'm going to get my tissue and I'm going to get me some cleansing soap or whatever because I like to stay clean and fresh. I like to do it. I'm going to get the things that I need and I'm going to come back in. Okay. I grabbed my little bag that I shop with or whatever. I go start getting my car. I start driving, right. When I get down where I'm supposed to turn, I have to go where I'm going to pick up these items or whatever. The light is out. The traffic light is out. Okay. So we all know the rule. Whoever gets to, when you get to the light or whatever, if it's a traffic light, you stop. And whoever got there first or whatever, they go. And then this person go and that person go and this person go and this and that. Y'all, when we got to the light with the traffic, you could see so much confusion in people about whether it was their turn to go or how to follow somebody or something because the traffic light was out there. So now you got to rely on human instincts. Now you got to rely on basic instinct. But I didn't have no problem with it because, although I've had problems with it before, but I knew I had got to that light first or whatever. So I said, okay, y'all know I was here. So I'm going to go on through. But then as I was passing the people that was, on this side, on that side, on this side, on that, you could tell they was confused. But the confusion wasn't really even from being at the light. The confusion was from what's going on in the world. Maybe they was empaths too. The confusion, what was going on in the world, what's happening, what we looking at, what we dealing with. That's the confusion that people dealing with. Okay, so I passed the light that wasn't working. I turned in to get my pepper jack cheese and my sauce. Okay, and then Family Dollar is next door to it. I'm going to get my tissue and I'm going to get my cleaning necessities or whatever, because see, I do things a certain way. Well, when I get to Family Dollar, they got a note on the door saying closed. Why y'all closed? But they didn't really say why. I said, okay, well, I go next door and get the other things that I need. They sitting in the dark. They got a sign on the door that says closed. Ain't no motion nowhere. Ain't nobody moving in and out. The only motion is people trying to get on the door and get in there and get what they need and go on, but they couldn't. So I said, okay. So I go to the place to get my hot sauce and go and get me a cabbage and go and get me some coffee and go and get what I need or whatever. They closed. And the meat man standing in the window, sitting down in the window in the dark or whatever. So it was a power outage or whatever, I guess. I'm assuming. No, our Family Dollar had a note said something about systems are down. Or whatever. I said, okay. So I came back home. I said, damn, I don't want to travel nowhere farther because, I put enough gas in here. The gas I put in here is just enough for me to be able to, get to work for the rest of the week, And this might not even last that long, whatever. Okay, so I'm at a standstill. Like, should I ride, all this way to get what I need and lose all my gas, or lose a nice amount of it, or do I just wait till tomorrow? What do I do? So I was stuck, so I came back home or whatever. And I was trying to figure out what I needed to do. And so Father told me to get back out there. So I took a second, and then I got back out there. Okay, so when I get back out there, now the traffic light is working because, like, Amber and them, they back restoring power, and they back on the deal. So I said, okay, the light working now. So maybe that means that, the places are open now where I can go get my necessities and I can go get my food or whatever. So I rode past there again, and I should have followed my first mind, but I didn't. Then path. And just want to take a chance on it. Just want to take a chance on them. So I rode back or whatever. It was the same deal. They was closed. You couldn't get no tissue. You couldn't get no soap. You couldn't get no meat. You couldn't get no cabbage. You couldn't get nothing. I said, okay. So even before then, I had called Save-A-Lot. There's 2 Save-A-Lots that I know of, or I don't know what's going on. Well, the Save-A-Lot that I was trying to call, the wireless caller you have, what? I couldn't even get in contact with them to see if they thought they'd be back open again. I called about 5 times. The wireless contact. Okay, well, let me call the one that's supposed to be on Grant. I don't know if it's on Grant or not. I've never been to it. Call there. Keep on getting a voicemail. If you want to talk to a customer service, press 0. If you want to talk to a washer, swisher, press 2. If you want to, I keep pressing all these buttons. If you want to talk to the meat department, press 3. I keep calling all these places, and the recording keeps starting over. I don't want to drive all the way out there and spend all my gas, and y'all don't even exist. I've never been there. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So I called Tennessee Meat Market, my backup. Like, what time y'all close? At 8. But I really didn't want to know what time they closed. I just wanted to know if they was open, because everywhere I keep going, there's something going on everywhere I keep going. Okay, so I finally muster up something, because y'all know I deal with anxiety and I have fear of the public or whatever. When I strip myself down and really talk about it. Okay, so it takes me about 30 or 45 minutes to get myself together to go back out here, to get ready to go down there to the meat market to get my sauce and get my pepper jack cheese and look around, see if they got cabbage, but they don't. Okay, well, you ain't starving, you ain't got to have it, but I need my coffee and my tissue. I still got some stuff, some cleansing stuff, but I would like to have more on deck, because you just don't know what's going on. You just don't know what's happening, So now I get myself together. I jump in my car, right? I go to pick up these things that I need or whatever. Now that I get in my car, trying to go to the place, now it's all type of roadblocks. The road is blocked, and it's a detour, and it's this and it's that. So I got to take all these back routes. I got to take all these dark alleyways. I got to take all these low hills, and I got to go through the gutter system to get where I'm trying to go, because they working on this stuff. They working on lights. They working on the road. They working on this. They working on that. So I'm getting lost, because I had to try to go all these places. So I put my GPS on. Like, I ain't never been down all back through here, 34th Street, 26th Street, 22nd Street. What the hell going on? So I arrive at my location or whatever. And then when I get there, I get what I need, and I feel a little better, because I got half my problem solved. I got my pepper jack cheese, and I got my sauce or whatever, and I got some macaroni salad, but I still ain't got the other stuff that I want, like the tissue for a long time, like 6 or 7 rows or whatever. I ain't got the cleansing stuff that I need or whatever. I ain't got my coffee that I need, because I'm on decaf. I'm trying to get caffeinated. I'm trying to get on this motherfucker and blow your mind. You hear me? It was just all these blocks So after I get what I need out the meat market, I'm looking around like, okay, where's the closest store that I could go to get some coffee or get this and that? And I don't want to go, where my second home is, because I get treated so bad. So I try to avoid that place at all costs. Because I'm the thief and I'm the criminal, but I ain't stole nothing, but everybody's stealing around me and they stole all my personal stuff. So I tried to stay out of there. So that's off limits. Walmart way out. Going this way and going that way. The other store that I work for, way out. Going this way and going that way. I don't have enough gas for all of this stuff. So I'm like, okay, Father, well, I got half of my problem. So I'll go back home. So now I'm trying to come home. All these detours, all this stuff blocked, and go this way and go that way, and this blocked off in the air. They working on the lights, they working on the gravel, they working on this, and they working. So here I go again trying to get home, going through all these places that I don't know nothing about. Like I said, I had to come a GPS on. But before I come a GPS on, I had got to one corner, and I thought I was going to be able to go down there. Oh, they was blocked off, they were working. And I got to another corner, and I turned down, and I saw a church on the side that was on the corner with a cross on it. So I said, okay, Father, let me know I'm somewhere in the vicinity. And let me know everything going to be all right. That's okay. So I cut my GPS on behind it, and I was on the right street to turn down to get home or whatever. So I followed this other car. Like, we all confused, like, what is going on? All these roadblocks, all these bags, all these rocks, all of this, all these people, this and that, everywhere you turn. So I come home, and I finally get here. I said, okay, I still ain't got my coffee and the things that I need, so I'm going to go down to Dollar General, because Family Dollar closed or whatever, so I'm going to go down to Dollar General. Okay. I go down to Dollar General. People getting out their cars before me, they trying to get in the door. The lights off. They trying to figure out what's going on. People that's there to try to do work can't even get to nobody. Like, hey, I'm the Ameren guy, the light bill. I'm this and that. I'm trying to get in because I'm supposed to be doing this and that. Well, the woman come to the door and say something about that they can't come in because it taking about 30 minutes for her system to boot and this and that and this. So he looked at me. He was like, no. And then so the woman tell him, like, Family Dollar open. And I tell her, like, no, Family Dollar ain't open. I've been there twice. Like, everything down. All the systems down. Everywhere you go. Everything out. And so he say, well, yeah. She says it's going to take about another 30 minutes for her system to come up or whatever. He said, I thought we was living in the 21st century. I said, I thought we was too. So I come home with half of my problem solved and the other problem not solved or whatever. But it's just all these blocks and all these distractions that takes me to where I'm going right now with this. We're supposed to be living in this 21st century or whatever. It's supposed to be the century of flying planes, and it's supposed to be the century of flying Greyhound buses, and it's supposed to be the century of flying boats and cars that can dance on top of the moonlight and power you've never seen before. And all of this shit is supposed to be all this astronaut shit going on around here. But it's all breaking down. I'm just trying to figure out if somebody looking at what I'm looking at, if anybody seeing what I'm seeing. Folks can't get their groceries because the system keep breaking down. People can't get in the store because ain't nothing working. The damn traffic lights ain't working. People refrigerators breaking down. But it's supposed to be all this technology. You now enter in Mars. You now enter in Pluto. Pow, pow, pow. Shit's supposed to be bursting off everywhere like it's bursting off everywhere in China. Oh, y'all should look at China technology. Them kicking it over there. Oh, they got machines, honey, to wash your hands on the street. Oh, they got bathroom systems to use the bathroom. And, you know, they got systems. You want to get your machines on the street. You want to get your hair cut. You stick your head in here. You eat coffee for free. And they paying for the train system. And ain't nobody. the world that we supposed to be living in, but can't live in it. Oh, at night you go downtown, it's a big old, it's lit up with these big buildings and people on the train flying around the buildings and lights on and this and that and that and this. But we stuck in the matrix here. We can't even get our technology up. How China looking is the world that I would love to live in, but can't afford to be there. But I would want to live something like that, and America should be built up something like that. Everywhere. Look around. Go to any country down there. Everywhere but America. And it just, I'm just over it. It's the Matrix. Like that's what I'm saying. The Matrix. Like, people gonna have to start turning to God and come up out this matrix, because see, when you up under God, you under a different umbrella, you under a different rule, you up under a different law. Some things don't affect you like they affect other people. I'm just telling the truth here. Because you don't answer to them, you answer to your Father, you answer to a higher power, you answer to Jesus. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know that, or don't believe that, or don't trust that, which I understand, because they faith and the betrayal has broke them time and time after again. But now is the time to try it again. Whew. Them folks in business, so everybody in business but us. Everybody rolling. It's flying saucers and shit over there. You want to go to McDonald's and don't want to take your car? Hell, call the moon down, jump on the moon. And you at McDonald's and you roll off the moon. The moon going to pick somebody else up. You call the moon back, the moon come back and get your ass laid down, take you back. All this shit going on over there, but it ain't going on over here. I'm still upset at the fact that I got my sauce and I got my pepper jack cheese, but I didn't get my deodorant. But I got not my deodorant. I didn't get my extra tissue, and I didn't get my extra soap and stuff. I love you.